This is San Siro, a stadium that many say offers the most intense atmosphere in the world. It's home to two football giants, Inter and AC Milan. A place that can hold over 80,000 spectators. And maybe a stadium that might not even exist in a few years. That's why I decided to test it today. I'll rate it in 5 key categories.
And we'll find out if it really deserves that status. So let's get to it.
So we're already in Milan and heading to the stadium. Guys, we rented a car, we drove from Bergamo. Vane, an 8-lane highway. Luckily I wasn't driving, but there were 7 of us, 7, yeah. In word 7, the number 7. We all squeezed into that car. We were packed in there, traffic jam. Looks like there will be a crowd, so I hope the atmosphere is intense. And as I said in the intro, we will be rating this stadium based on 5 criteria, which will determine how good the San Siro stadium really is. And if it really is the most intense stadium in Europe or in the world, that's what we're about to find out, and let's get to it. Before every proper football match, you must not.
That's right, that's how it is. We're already hungry.
What did you eat?
Pesto, dude.
Some tortilla, the only thing that was here. We didn't find anything better here, but there will be a treat for €7. But as an actual test, it doesn't look too bad. Let's go taste it. It could be a bit warmer, but it's not too bad. I had about an hour for it, so I'll give it like a 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. That's just for the bag. And now we don't have much time. We need to grab a quick bite and mainly evaluate all the aspects of the stadium. So we're getting closer to this beautiful sanctuary, and wow, it's huge. I'm not sure how much it shows on video, but it's a huge structure in the middle of nowhere with just a random parking lot nearby. For me, it's huge. We need to figure out which section we're in. Last time we came from the other side, and it might have stood out even more. So you can maybe take someone with you too, and you can go check it out. Damn, the closer you get, the more impressive it is. It's really a totally huge stadium. I think it has a capacity of about 81,000 people, which makes it one of the biggest stadiums in Europe. The editor will show you which number it is among the biggest in Europe, so I'm really looking forward to getting inside and hearing the Inter fans, who, by the way, are leading Serie A at the moment we're here. By the time you see this video, we might have already won, so we'll see. But today we won't be celebrating the title yet. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for us. If it had worked out and we were celebrating the title here, that would have been really great. But unfortunately, we're here about 2 weeks too early.
What are your expectations for the Inter Milan match?
I'm mostly hoping for a good atmosphere.
You can already hear it quite well. You can already hear it quite well.
So even now, I'm already getting a bit of goosebumps.
Yeah, that's cool. And mainly, we need a game with goals, so guess the result. And if you guess it right, you can make custom fan gear from Fall Guys.
2-0.
2-0 for Inter?
Yeah.
Okay.
2-0 Inter.
And what's your prediction?
4-0.
4-0 for Inter?
Nice.
And I see it as 4-1 for Inter, so let's see who gets the closest. And you can make your guess in the comments, so go ahead and write what you think the result will be. Although if you've already seen the match, it kind of loses its value, so we'll see. So I'm here, I made it in the end anyway, we're making it for the kickoff, and that's what's important. The atmosphere is incredible, unbelievable. It's already starting to get loud here, guys, and this is just unbelievable, really. I think when you walk out and hear 80,000 people shouting your name, or hear like Inter, it's intense. I think it will push the players forward, and I'm really curious about the guys' performance today. This is the view I have from my seat, and I have to say, I just really love the San Siro Stadium. When you look at how it all looks, we're sitting pretty high up, but I don't mind at all. It's kind of a TV-style view, so if you're used to FIFA, it's not a problem. In terms of appearance, from the outside it's a bit older, and a new stadium will be built, maybe also because of the heavy use by AC and Inter, since they both play their home games here. Anyway, honestly, from the inside, I give it 8.5 out of 10, especially that fan section. If I zoom in, it's really a masterclass. It's pretty majestic in my opinion. And overall, I really like the atmosphere here. There are some guys who probably support the other team a lot, and they're making some noise here. It's pretty crazy, yeah. But to finish it off, I give the exterior a 7 out of 10, so 8.5 and 7, I'll round it to about 8 out of 10 for appearance. So San Siro gets an 8 from me for its looks. Alright, so the first 14 minutes of the game are behind us. So far, Inter is dominating possession, but they're actually pretty dangerous on the counter-attack. That's where Inter's main fan section is. I have to say, I really like those flags. They really have their own vibe. And honestly, who wouldn't want to try playing in a stadium like this? Well, maybe not, right? It kind of makes sense. But I think it gets you into such a state that you can't even really take it all in. You just have to go with it. It's pretty intense. Otherwise, over here I have a little section for the away fans, and honestly not too few of them showed up, but not a lot either. Over here on the other side, they're already taking a corner, so I'm just gonna record a goal right away. Look, I'll leave you with a press zoom. It's empty at the back. Oh, that's long, that's dirty, man. But Inter, I believe Inter will score in the first half. We've got 45, a minute in, and in the last 15 minutes, Inter started pressing hard, but still can't score. We'll see if it's from a corner again. Long, pass back. Wow, okay. But it looks like nothing will come out of this either. The stick was good though, but it seems like the first half will end 0-0. That's right, the first half ended in a draw. Now we'll rate the food at the stadium, which is very important. First, I want to show the outside design. I really like its curves, and this is likely where you get the food. Last time I rushed, and here we can see some treats, so let's check them out. But I have to mention some unpleasant news about the food. I can't actually get there. Look, it's this floor. I can show you how everyone is standing there, but I have no way to get there because I went up here and I have no idea how to get there. Maybe it's just my lack of knowledge about this stadium. Anyway, we can take a look from the electronic pen at what they have there. Guys, I see some kind of baguette. What? They have ice cream there. Well, I want to go there. Can you believe that I'll miss out on this ice cream because I don't know how to get there? I need to figure that out. Anyway, it looks like it's not as easy as I thought. And of course I have to test the bathrooms that are there, because obviously, not that I'm really looking forward to it, I think they'll be pretty dirty, but for the food they get a plus point. That they have ice cream there, I'd say that's kind of standard, but the fact that I can't get there, well, that kind of puts a damper on my rating here, because that's something that needs to be taken into account. Guys, honestly, it's looking pretty bleak because there's this kind of plexiglass here and I can't get down through it, which means I really have no way to get there. And honestly, I probably lose a point for this because they've completely separated us up here. But maybe it's not their fault. I just need to find the right entrance. That can happen too. Anyway, we'll see what the second half brings. I'm pretty curious about that, and I think it's about to start soon. This is what we've been waiting for the whole first half, 52nd minute, 1-0 for Inter, and now it's really going to come alive here. I can't believe he missed that. Calhanoglu, one of the best free kick takers of all time, in my opinion. Let's see, I have to record this. It would be a banger if he hit a rocket. Look, yeah. Damn. You idiot! That halftime, I found out that there's probably some kind of snack bar here, so I'm going to head there now, even though it's the 70th minute, yeah. I'm going, oh, I went up here for no reason. Anyway, I'm really curious if they'll have that ice cream, because that's what I'm going for. And look, you go to the snack bar here and run into her. And they have ice cream bars here, vamos, so that's what I'm going for. I'm going to buy myself an ice cream bar. But first, I'm going to test the restrooms. Guys, I have a Coke Zero, I have an ice cream bar, and I'm a totally satisfied person, totally happy, so I'm going to enjoy the rest of the match with this duo here, look. And then we'll do a review. Guys, what more could you want? An ice cream bar, Inter is leading 2-0, good vibes, just chilling. 3-0, so I don't know Pat Socks. He almost guessed the 2-0 result, but luckily it was 3 anyway. To wrap it up, 90th minute, last goal. Alright, the match ended 3-0 for Inter, but I lost the microphone magnet, which is pretty negative. As for the review, the toilets get 1 out of 10, guys. That was a tragedy. They were really dirty. I have to give them 1 out of 10 here. The snack bar, on the other hand, gets 8.5 out of 10. Ice cream at the stadium, you don't see that very often, and I really appreciate it. Now for the main thing, the atmosphere. For the first 30 minutes, I'd say it was a bit quiet, but then it picked up. And for the atmosphere, I give it 7.5 to 10. I think this stadium has seen much more explosive matches, but in the end, it was great. We jumped, we sang, and I really enjoyed it, so I give it 7.5. As for the football, in the end, 3-0 for Inter from about the 30th minute. From the 30th minute, it was total dominance, and they controlled it really well. So for Inter's football performance, I give it 7 out of 10. In the end, 3-0, so I don't have to go to the penalty shootout. I'm satisfied. Guys, if you want to go on a football trip to Milan or elsewhere, Use code Rabina for an extra discount as I mentioned earlier. Check the link in the description. I nearly bumped into someone, but it's fine. Go check out the description. Thanks and enjoy the performance. Rabina was at 11 teams, Rabina 10 for the foul, and check out one of the 2 videos on screen. See you. Let's keep going.